This is my April wrap-up video, and not surprisingly, I am not where I had hoped to be at the end of April because I got concerned about finances and I spent some time working and I got off the schedule that I had set for myself for Booktube. So I'm back and I am not going to keep that kind of rigid schedule anymore. I'm going to have 3 channels, one for my art and creativity and writing, one for books, what else? I'm still going to be here at Booktube. I still love to read, of course. So the 3rd channel is for my Christian videos. I haven't actually made that public yet. So right now, really the only book that I spent a lot of time reading during April was Gulliver's Travels, and of course my Christian reading, but let's not go into that right now. I have a book that I'm reading plus my Bible, but I do that in the morning and it's kind of separate from my other reading. So I got my own copy of The Secret Scripture by Sebastian. It is a novel about a 100-year-old woman living in a mental hospital who is writing about her life sort of surreptitiously, and so far this novel is just amazing. I've mentioned it before. I have not finished it. I'm at that point in April where I know I'm not going to finish it, and I'm just not going to be able to fulfill my April goals. My April reading goals sort of went away, and I wasn't even able to make the book review videos that I wanted to make. I was going to make a book review video of Gulliver's Travels last weekend, and as it turned out, I did not even finish the book. But I am more than halfway through, and I'm working on the second half, and I'm still enjoying the story. If you haven't read Gulliver's Travels, you might want to give it a try. I would not call it a children's book. I always thought it was a children's book, but as it turns out, it isn't something that I would have given to my children if I knew what was in it. So it's an interesting story, however, and it uses the circumstances of the travels of Gulliver, Mr. Gulliver, which were kind of odd, to say the least, and sort of uses them as a teaching tool for discussing some of the things that were going on in Ireland and England at the time that he wrote. So I think it's one of those things where you would have to have a better understanding of Irish history than what I've got in order to get everything that he's talking about. Like Booktuber Charlie said, you should have some context, and I don't think I have all the context that would be necessary to understand the book completely, but it is an interesting read, to say the least, and I'm glad I took the time to read it. So the other book thing that I haven't shown you yet, but it's on my other channel, is that I was making a book. I have made a book. This is the first book I've ever made. I know it looks weird, but that's just the way it is. It's called a junk journal, and come to find out, junk journals are really a thing on YouTube. So, like if you went to the YouTube search engine and put in junk journals, you would find a lot of them listed. I mean, there's been a lot of videos about them, so I thought I'd give it a try, and I made one, and this is what I've got. It's actually, the cover was originally a cereal box. I covered it with some papers that I had painted and washi tape and these, you know how I am with my tags, my T tags. So I've got T tags in here. This is the title page. It is a mysterious book is what the title of this book is. And the pages are in 5 different signatures, and I actually sewed them into the book. So in the back of the book you can see the binding of what I have done to get the pages to stay in the book. So this was a learning experience. First time I've ever tried to make a book, and based on this experience, I would be happy to make more books. I don't know when or how that's going to happen, because right now I'm using this one for practicing mixed media art techniques. So that is the intention of this book. I'll just say I just started. In fact, I'm not even done with the title page yet, so I haven't gone very far into that. But books, yes, I love books. So this is my April wrap-up, and I will make a May TBR list. I don't know how that's going to be because I'm really underimpressed with what I did in April. I do this occasionally. I get wrapped up in real-world things that are kind of stressful, and then I don't get my reading done, and it's sad. It's just sad, but it is what it is, and that is my new saying for the year, and I'm just going to be saying that the rest of the year. It is what it is. And I said that originally in reference to my lettering and art in general, just that my art doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be what it is. So since I do folk art, that's a great saying to have. It is what it is. And it's the process that's fun, and I can't hardly wait to finish this book. After that, I don't know what's going to happen. This one and Gulliver, that's all I'm thinking right now. So it's nice to be back at Booktube, and I thought about what kind of videos I want to do for this channel. And I made a list of things that were possibilities, like tags and discussion videos, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. I just need to restructure things and to do what I feel I can do, which is a comfortable progression for whatever is possible for me, especially in light of the fact that I'm going to be doing some traveling eventually this year. I do not know how I'm going to work Booktube into my traveling, but I'm going to give it a try because the Booktube channel is really important to me. And wonderful things are happening on Booktube, you know? And so thank you for listening, and I will be back soon.